According to Comte, during the dash, thought and explanation developed based on science and empirical experimentation. Again, Comte is one of the important theorists that we study in sociology. This particular question is from his theory of law of three stages, and the correct answer is positive stage. In the positive stage, people start to focus more on science and empirical experimentation, and that is why the concept of positivism comes to light. Let's move on to the next question. The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism is the major work of Auguste Comte, Max Weber, Emile Durkheim, or Herbert Spencer. The right answer is Max Weber. You will have to look at the important books and important authors, and you will have to create a very long list that you will need to revise again and again so that you will be able to answer such questions in the CUET-PG examination. This question is still an easier one when it comes to books and authors because Max Weber, again, is one of the founding fathers of sociology, and that is why his books and his concepts are very fundamentally important for you to know. Right? Let's move on to the next question. The ideas blended into the theory of social evolution are based on the key concept of A. Natural selection, survival of the fittest, or B. The inherent instability of all social systems. Now you have to tell if only A is correct, only B is correct, both A and B are correct, or both A and B are incorrect. The right answer is both A and B are correct. Again, to answer this question, you need to be able to understand the conceptual framework of the theory of social evolution, right? And then that becomes very important. So you will again have to be very thorough with your preparation, and you do not only need to memorize the facts that you encounter, but you also need to understand the concepts, right? For Durkheim, dash is the complex division of labor that underpins the industrial economies of modern society, where everyone is interdependent. The correct answer to this is organic solidarity. Why is it organic solidarity? Because first, we are talking about complex division of labor. Second, this type of solidarity is being prevalent in the industrial economies of modern society, and everyone is interdependent. Again, to answer this question, you will need to be very thorough with the concept of solidarity that Durkheim talks about. Durkheim again becomes a very important theorist because he has given a lot of fundamental concepts, theories, and philosophies for sociology, right? So you will have to understand what is organic solidarity and what is mechanical solidarity. Match list 1 with list 2. Here you have been given the name of sociologists and theorists, and you also have been given the name of their books, and you have to match them in the right order. Again, this becomes very important because again, you have to look through books and authors of sociologists and important theorists, right? So the correct answer is C. Karl Marx has written Communist Manifesto. Emile Durkheim has written The Division of Labor. G.H. Mead has talked about mind, self, and society. And finally, Max Weber has written Economy and Society. The theory of social change, as advocated by Spencer, traces the change from dash to industrial society. We have talked about the classification of how each of the theorists or sociologists have classified the society from simple to complex, right? The answer to this question again is military. This is again a factual question. Let's move on to the next question. In the Mead's theory of development of self, the first stage has been referred to as game stage, play stage, nascent stage, or primary stage. This was one of the controversial questions of CUET-PG 2022 examination because the correct answer to this is preparatory stage. But because that answer is not given, the closest answer to this is the play stage, right? The process by which an outsider, immigrant, or subordinate group becomes indistinguishably integrated into the dominant host society is referred to as accommodation, assimilation, competition, or integration. The correct answer is assimilation. Because we are talking about an outsider becoming indistinguishably integrated into the dominant host society, the answer is assimilation. Accommodation refers to the adjustment that such outsider or immigrant or subordinate group might be making, but they do not lose themselves in the dominant host society, which is the case in assimilation, right? Let's move on to the next question. According to Tony's, Gesellschaft refers to, again, this is the classification of societies because Emile Durkheim has divided the society as organic and mechanical. There are other sociologists as well who have divided and classified the society into two or three groups. For Tony's, that classification is Gesellschaft and Gemeinschaft. So in this question, they are asking you what Gesellschaft refers to, for which you will have to know the characteristics of Gesellschaft and Gemeinschaft and the meanings to them. What do they stand for? That will also help you in understanding what characteristics and what is the answer of this question, right? Small, rural, tightly knit communities, associational, impersonal, industrial society, kin group or household. The correct answer is 2, associational, impersonal, and industrial society. Let's move on. The concept of cultural lag was given by Ogburn, Redfield, Tyler, and Morgan. This is a very direct question from your syllabus because the concept of cultural lag has been specifically mentioned in your syllabus. So you need to know who has given the concept of cultural lag, and the right answer is Ogburn, who observed that the culture of a society is the way of life of its members, the collection of ideas and habits which they learn, share, and transmit from generation to generation. Again, this is a definition based question. We have studied the topic of culture. You again have to make very keyword oriented notes, which will help you to identify that the correct answer to this question is Ralph Linton, right? The next question is, the classic study Folkways was authored by Sumner, Marriott, Ogburn, or Redfield. Again, a question based on book and authors. Again, reiterating the fact that it is important for you to know important books and authors. One suggestions for preparing a list of book and authors is you have to go through each component of your syllabus and see what are the important books that are associated with that particular component and who are the theorists that have written those books and the year of publishing of that particular book, right? The answer to this is Sumner.